Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. Let's talk about the problem with black conservatives running in high offices. One, there are no Colin Powell. Now, before we get into it, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought, a comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. Senator Tim Scott has thrown his hat into the presidential run, the crowded presidential run, the Republican side, for 2024. Now, I want to talk about the problems with black conservatives, really why they won't win. But I want to ask the question, why is he running? And as I said before, he is no Colin Powell. Now, I'll come back to that in a moment. Senator Tim Scott is, what is interesting about him is he was appointed by Governor Nikki Haley at the time, whom he is now running in against for the Republican nomination. The question for Tim Scott is, what does he bring to the table? Okay, what if he's going to run for the president of the United States? What does he bring to the table? And what I want to say is, personally, I do not think he has any hope of winning. So the question is, why is he running? I'll answer that later. But let's talk about Mr. Colin Powell. Now, the reason why I bring him up and compare him is that when we talk about black conservatives, okay, today, and especially those running for higher offices, I cannot think of one black conservative anywhere today that could run and have the same kind of respect as Colin Powell. He was a black conservative, a Republican, and at the time, a very well-respected Republican. What would he have brought to the table? Now, he tossed around the idea of running for president in the 90s. As the story goes, his wife was really afraid that if he was to run and win, which a lot of people thought he would have run, even before Barack Obama came on the scene, Colin Powell probably could have won. He would have even gotten black support, Democratic support. He was just that respected. Now, he does have a blemish on his record with his complicity in the failed Iraq War. But other than that, he would have brought to the table, one, he was the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and that means he runs all of the military, okay, for the United States. He also was security advisor, and he was Secretary of State. So very impressive. In other words, so just his credentials alone, this is what he would have brought to the table. Okay, to put it like this, when you think about if we was to compare him with Barack Obama, he outranks Barack Obama by a long shot. And I do think that Barack Obama was very qualified. He was a very intelligent man. But I mean, just in terms of politics, look, Colin Powell would have bought that. And he was a person that had character, integrity. And so that's why I thought he would have certainly made a great candidate. Again, he just decided not to run. Now, if I compare this to today with the black conservatives today, as I said, I cannot think of one who could come close to that, the kind of character, integrity, wisdom as Colin Powell. Tim Scott certainly does not come close to that. he has been accused of being a token, and I think there is some merit to that. Problem with black conservatives, such as Tim Scott, that it is so apparent that he will serve at the pleasure of someone else. In other words, even if he was to win, which he doesn't have a snowball chance in hell, but even if he was to win, he would serve at the pleasure of someone else. In other words, whose puppet would he be? He brings absolutely no leadership, nothing to the table here. So the question is again, why is he running? Okay, why is he running? Black conservatives, as I said, have a problem, and they have the same kind of problem that the Tim Scott have, that they are seen as tokens. When you think about black conservatives, whether politicians, social media, commentators, whoever, it's almost like they speak for ... not for themselves, and they usually regurgitate the same talking points. And so I believe that the one reason why Tim Scott is running is so that he could land on someone's board, probably Trump's. In other words, Trump is the front runner. What is interesting is that unlike Trump's attacks against Ron DeSantis, he's kind of kind at this point with Tim Scott. If I had to guess, he knows he has absolutely no competition with Tim Scott. But if you're going to look at it too, and these are just wild thoughts that I'm just spewing out here. What did Kamala Harris bring to the table? Think about this for a moment. What did she bring to the table? Nothing other than her skin color and gender. I'm going to say more skin color, because one of the promises that Biden made was that he would appoint a black woman. And in my opinion, I think that's one of the strong suits that he will bring into his second term in terms of the race. Kamala Harris lost the primary badly. So why did he pick her? Well, she was a woman, and more so a black woman. Now, if you want to rate her performance as VP, I'm not doing that now. I don't have a judgment on it. What I'm going to say is that he certainly has sold up the black support for his second term by bringing Vice President Kamala to the table. Is it possible that this could happen with Tim Scott? That whoever the front runner is, and it's at this point Trump, would he pick Tim Scott as a BP? Or maybe if he wins, which I don't think any Republican's going to win at this point. I don't think they're going to win. I think they have such a bad character flaw that they can't win. They don't have enough support to bring them across the finish line. Trump proved that in his failed second term attempt. He'll get a lot of votes because he's going to get the same people who voted for him the first time. But from Tim Scott's position or Nikki Haley, I think they know they're not going to win. But maybe if they get put on the ticket, maybe a vice president or cabinet, if they go that far. Now, that said, I don't think they're going to go that far. But let's say even he gets put on the ticket as the vice president. In my opinion, that's why he's running. But to me, a message for black conservatives would be, go back to the days when you have some intelligent, integrity, black conservatives who could run. Like a Colin Powell. That's just my opinion. All right, guys, that's my perspective. Don't forget to like and share this video. Tell me what you think. Love to hear your comments. All comments are welcome. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to BP the Bible Perspective. See you next time.